I'm joined on Can Do FM this morning by Janine and Lena. These lovely ladies are from the Furness Multicultural Community Forum, and they've joined me today to talk a little bit about what that group does and also about the events which are coming up for International Women's Day. Now, the theme of International Women's Day this year is challenge, which is very appropriate, I think, seeing as we've all been through some incredible challenges this year. Wouldn't you agree with that, Janine?
Absolutely, yeah. It's been a year like never before, hasn't it?
That's true.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about what the Furness Multicultural Forum does? What's its purpose? What's the work that you do?
Yeah, so it's really varied work. We work with Black, Brown and ethnic communities in the Furness area. We have a youth club, so young people from 7 to 19, and then we do some adult community work as well. We also deliver one-to-one work for our most vulnerable in the community. And then we work with the wider community around education, and raising a profile of ethnic groups, really, and how to support them best in this community. So, yeah, in a nutshell.
And the group is open to all ethnicities, is it?
Of course.
Yes, yeah, and
yeah, everybody.
And you're conducting most of your meetings, obviously, via Zoom at the moment, I presume.
Yeah, we are. We've been running Youth Club on Zoom for quite some time now. We got a little break off that in the summer where we were allowed to do some face-to-face. But Zoom's going quite well with the young people this time. It wasn't great the first time round, and I think we were all just getting to grips with everything. And then we have our lovely women's group that we run on Zoom, and we also have a multicultural reading group that we run on Zoom at the moment.
What do you think the benefit is? What's what do you think that the main beneficiaries of this group are? Who do you think they are, and what is it bringing to them?
Our women's group, we've been talking about doing a women's group for some time, and I think lockdown really gave us the push to get it done sooner. We were aiming to start it when we could deliver face-to-face, but actually, we've all become so disconnected and isolated and feeling very on our own that it was the right time to do it. So we have women from all over Furness. We also link in once a month with Carlisle, so we have a cross-county one which happens once a month. It's just been really lovely, women from all over that probably would never have met actually come together, and they have a chat, they have a laugh, they share ideas and experiences, and it's pretty light-hearted most of the time, Lena, isn't it? We don't it's not, I don't want anybody to ever come and think that there's lots expected of them, because there isn't. And we make sure that, women understand that we know that we have children at home right now, so we also don't want that to put them off. So if there's kids running around in the background, climbing all over your head, we know what that's like. So we don't want that to put them off. So there's, sometimes a child will pop on, and that's fine for us. We're all right with that.
It's a funny thing, isn't it, that we were all sort of perhaps a bit reticent to use technology at first. But in actual fact, one of the great benefits of it is that it's linked people across geographical regions. You might not have had that opportunity to meet with women from across the county quite so regularly before. And yet now here we are, used to using platforms like Zoom and Teams, where it's actually increased those links and enhance that communication.
Yeah, definitely. And that is one of the the positives that I will take from lockdown and COVID and everything else, that the connection of further afield has been massive. We have women that join us from the west as well, so it's it's right across Cumbria.
Very important to break down those barriers and eliminate that sense of isolation that perhaps women are feeling. Particularly if language is a problem, or you feel isolated from a community that you can identify with. Yeah,
and Lena speaks Arabic and French, I think, Lena, don't you? So that when women come along and if they're struggling with language, that's not a problem. We can pick it up. So somebody in the group will be able to help and interpret. So, there's Syrian ladies on there, Polish ladies. You've got Lena, who's Lebanese. So language it's not a problem with us at all. We really actively encourage people that don't speak English as their first language to come and join us.
Well, let's play a little bit of music now, and then we'll come back and talk to Lena, who's going to tell us all about the events which are taking place on International Women's Day. We're back with Janine and Lena from Furness Multicultural Community Forum. And before the break there, Janine was telling us all about the work that the group do. Now, Lena is going to tell us a little bit more about some of the events that are coming up in the lead up to International Women's Day on the 8th of March. There's some it's quite exciting events happening, Lena, aren't there? Do you want to tell us a little bit about those?
It's a very exciting event, and we're preparing for it, and the preparation itself is really exciting as well. It's an amazing opportunity for all women across Cumbria. So in the lead up for the event, we're asking people to sign up so that they can receive a wellness pack. Also, more importantly, we're preparing a film that will be premiered on the day, on the 8th of March. So we're asking all women, all multicultural women, to make a video. The video would be just for a minute or two, and they can talk about anything they like. They can talk about themselves, what they like about Cumbria, what traditions and cultures that they have kept, or anything they brought with them from their home country. And all the videos will be compiled together into a film, which will be played on the day.
And those films, they can just use their phones for those, can they, to do those videos?
Yes, absolutely. They can use any device that they're comfortable with. I'm going to be running a women's group on Friday, and we will be talking about the event, the preparing for the video.
Okay. And have you got an address or a place where people can send their videos to?
Yes, so people can send their videos either by email or by phone on WhatsApp. The email is info@ciwomen.org.uk, and the phone number is mentioned on the poster of the International Women's Day event.
Fantastic. Now, there are other events which are taking place on International Women's Day. Now, some of these women would need to sign up for them beforehand, don't they? Because they need to receive the resources, the pack that you've got prepared. Can you tell us about which events those might be?
Yes, so there is a series of events, and there's really a wide variety of events. We have a day packed of exciting Zoom sessions. So those that are priority for people to sign up to, so those that have a deadline, are the events where people will receive a pack at home. One of them is random acts of kindness. So people will receive a card and other things they can use with the card, so that they can write a message to someone else who feels isolated in Cumbria, and then we will distribute these cards to people who feel isolated. Also,
those are very powerful, those things, aren't they, actually? Very powerful, those random acts of kindness. I remember being on the receiving end of one of those once, and it did actually hit me on a day where I wasn't feeling particularly good, and it was a real pick-me-up, actually. So I love those little things. Those they mean a lot.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's a wonderful story there. Yes, that's what we're trying to achieve. Just trying to bring the community together, because at the moment we have a challenge, which is everybody's kind of a bit isolated, a bit more isolated than the usual. And some people are really isolated because of many reasons. And I feel this can bring people closer together.
Now, one of the events that you've got going on there has interested me because regular listeners to my show know that we always do a recipe. Now, you've got a cooking event taking place, haven't you? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so there are actually two more events that people will receive packs for. The cooking event, so that's a cook-along event, which will be run by a Thai lady, Tuk, who has a stall at the market, and participants will receive the ingredients, and they can do the cook-along. They can cook along the person running the session.
And what's the other event that people have to sign up for before the day?
Yeah, so the other event is an arts event, and people will have to sign up for by Friday the 26th of February, so that, and this date also applies to other events where people will receive a pack, so the rack, random act of kindness, and the cook along. Regarding the arts event, people will receive a pack including art utensils, and they will do an art session with an expert.
Fantastic. That's great stuff. And then actually on the 8th of March, International Women's Day, the group is hosting a variety of different Zoom sessions, which you can just tune into on the day. No need to sign up for. And they include things like storytelling. What else is there, Lena?
Yeah, so it is a wide variety of exciting events. They include storytelling for children and storytelling for older children and adults. They will include a yoga session, meditation, a dance carousel, and also at the end there is an open mic session, and that's when the film will be played, and poets and other people will also join the event, and they will participate.
Well, it sounds like you put an awful lot of work into organising this, so thank you so much for that. It sounds like a very exciting day that's going to be happening there, with loads of different activities covering every single interest that you could possibly have. So please, folks, get involved with that. You can find out information on our Facebook page. We will post all this information, all the websites, etc., all the deadlines across the Can Do FM social media platform. So if you've got any queries about that, just have a look. And just your Facebook page as well, Janine, will have all this information on as well.
Yeah, we share it quite regularly on there, and Lena's very kindly now added a calendar to the top of our page, so people can check in each week and see what we've got coming up each week, build up, and then we will distribute the full plan for the 8th of March as well. We'll do that over the next week or so.
Well, thank you so much for coming in and joining me. And perhaps after International Women's Day, you could come back and tell us about what happened and, some of the stories that came out of that day. That would be fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea.